During the RESP 1580 Lab Module F1, we're going to be looking at small volume nebulizers. During any pandemic, any aerosol generating device is not recommended because of the infection control problems associated with it. But as an RT, it's important to know how to use these devices. So let's have a look. When I take the cap off of the device, you can look inside. This is where the medication goes. Now I've identified the capillary tube and jet orifice. This piece is important for allowing the medication to be drawn up and sheared off into aerosol particles. Once I've removed the capillary tube, you can see where the source gas enters the device from the port in the center of the small volume nebulizer. This is a different brand of small volume nebulizer, but the same principles apply. It has a capillary tube and jet orifice attachment that fits over the source gas inlet. This is a breath-enhanced small volume nebulizer. Source gas flows into the bottom of the device, producing an aerosol. The patient inspires through the air inlet valve at the top of the device. This increases aerosol production without any aerosol being wasted. When the patient exhales through the exhaled gas outlet by the mouthpiece. I have placed between 2 to 3 milliliters of fluid into this small volume nebulizer to be aerosolized. Typically, small volume nebulizers are powered by between 8 to 10 liters per minute of source gas flow. You can use oxygen or air depending upon the needs of the patient. You can even use heliox if the patient has a severe airway obstruction. Let's have a look at how the position of the small volume nebulizer may affect output from the device. This model of SVN has a wider base to the capillary tube. Let's see how this affects the output from the device when it's positioned horizontally. If you had to use an SVN to administer an aerosol to a patient who was laying flat, it would be ideal to use the second of the two SVNs that we have just looked at, because it was able to deliver an aerosol even when it was positioned horizontally. But if you had to use the first model, here's how you could do it. It involves placing a T-piece into the system so that the SVN stays pretty much vertical. You would have to run source gas flow to power this device, and you'd have to block any aerosol from leaving from the left side of the T-piece. You could use a gloved hand for this procedure.